All right. What's going on, lunch breakers and takers? B, let's get you unmuted here.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. What's going on, everybody? Oh, we already got a comment in here. Shout out to Alfonso Richardson. This was some BS. It was a BS game tonight. I hear you.
Yeah, that was not the game I was expecting from an entertainment value
No, not at all.
perspective or anything else really.
Yeah. Parker is in the house. What up, Parker?
What's up, Parker?
He said Gronk should get the MVP. Okay.
I don't know about all that. I mean, it's tough to give it to somebody on defense, but the defense won in that game.
Yeah. Deshaun91. Thank you for joining the live stream. He says, I hope the media treats Pat how they treat Lamar.
Listen, I hope the media treats Lamar the way they treat Pat. Like,
this
game wasn't on him.
Yeah. So, I mean, as y'all can see, I mean, the game's basically over now. Tampa, they won convincingly. Damn, I'm just looking at it. He threw it, picking the end zone too. Hey man, we both picked the Chiefs to win, but shout out to Tampa Bay, shout out to Tampa Tom. Credit to all them, man. Like, they came in there, they handled business. Now they got a lot of help from the refs in the first half, but second half, I mean, look, they took care of business. The Chiefs did not mount a comeback, and you got to credit that defense. Credit to Todd Bowles for putting together a great game plan.
Yeah.
Credit to Byron Leftwich, for on the offensive side, and Bruce Arians. I mean, he put together that coaching staff, and they took care of business, and they surrounded Tom Brady with all the weapons.
Yeah.
All the weapons to get it done. So, I mean, great moment for them. Credit to them.
Yeah. Like you said, the refs were going hard for Tom in the first half, but the way the defense was playing, it didn't really matter. Kansas City was never really in the game. And, when Mike Remmers is on your side is losing.
Yeah. Shout out to our patron, Ferris. So you got to risk it for the biscuit, baby. Yeah. G-Star 007, what up, man? What's going on?
What's up?
He's calling it a snoozer. Guys, child, what up, man? Thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate
it. What's up, guys, child?
Yeah. The Trib 1, thank you for joining the live stream. The Trib says, different game plan or execution from the Chiefs on offense. A lot of less quick routes and a lot less taking what the defense gives you. Too much deep drop backs. Yeah, and I understand it a little bit. Look, the game should have been a lot closer in the first half, right? We mentioned the refs, but my calculations, it should have been like a 13-6 game at halftime, or 13-9 or something like that. But some terrible calls by the refs, just kind of let it get out of hand. And I think that kind of derailed what the Chiefs, had in mind as far as what they wanted to do on offense.
And also, they weren't blocking well enough to really execute anything tonight.
Yeah. G-Star says, I'm happy for AB. So am I now. So am I. Look, it's one of those things where you see the difference between championship teams and teams that just aren't quite there, right? The Ravens had a chance of bringing AB, and all we heard around here is, oh, well, he's a head case, or he could cause problems or whatever. And a team like Tampa said, all right, and Bruce Arians didn't want him there. He's just like, all right, but Tom wants him there, so I'm gonna get him. We have all. I mean, if anybody could have said no, thanks, we don't need him, it's Tampa Bay.
Right.
It's Tampa Bay. They already have two top 10 wide receivers, arguably, right? And they have Gronk there. They could have easily, and they brought in Leonard Fournette. Shout out to Leonard Fournette for getting the title too. They could have easily said, look, Tom, we have all the weapons for you already, and we brought your boy Gronk back. We're not getting AB. But they said, you know what? You want AB? All right, he ain't costing us anything. Cool. We'll get him.
Speaking of Leonard Fournette, I don't know how many of you follow Matt Harmon, but late in the game, he was like, one of these teams has a running back who was drafted in the top 5, and one of them has a running back who was drafted at the end of the first round. And the top 5 running back is up 31-9. Really makes you think.
Attitude pop. I'm tired of effing Tom Brady. These refs suck. Okay, all right. Yeah, AD black coaches, because every time this dude. So, well, yeah. Hey man.
Attitude is angry.
Yeah, yeah. And attitude, man. You ain't gotta keep typing the same message in the chat, man. If you really want to get your if you really want to get your point across, if you really want us to read it on air, that Cash App right above B's head right there. Okay, that's how you do it. That's why our super chat $ LBHT show, or you can scan the QR code and it'll take you right there and drop a little donation, leave your comment, and we will read it on air. All right.
Or if you don't want to leave the stream to do that, hit up our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT show, $3 a month, and we'll read all your comments.
Yes, absolutely. So there's all kinds of ways you can get our attention. Look, we don't get to your comments, but if we miss one, don't keep typing it over and over and over. Just that's how you get our attention. Ferris, in fact, speaking of Patreon, our patron Ferris, right? He says, "I'm so happy for Mike Evans. I am too." And he says Mike Remmers just made Shaq and JPP slop a lot of money. That dude is awful.
I was laughing, I was smiling, I was having a good time, and then Ferris said Mike Remmers.
Yeah. A quick shout out to Panthers Nation podcast, Rashad and David. I was joining. I was peeping their live stream of the Super Bowl. We're actually going to be on this show tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. So all you Panthers fans in here, go to Panthers Nation podcast tomorrow at 8:30. We're gonna be discussing some Panthers football. But they pointed out, like, man, look, Mike Remmers, like you got Mike Remmers starting in your lineup. Bad things happen.
Yeah, it's bad news.
Yeah. So okay, Todd Bowles. Okay, Deshaun. He says Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich both need to be head coaches.
Yes.
Todd Bowles. Yeah. And be enemy. Todd Bowles should have never been fired. He should have never gotten fired with the Jets. He was building up something there, and it was funny because right before he got fired, and they drafted I forget the kid's name now, the quarterback
Darnold.
When he drafted Sam Darnold, I was like, man, this team is about to be dangerous. The defense is already legit. They brought in C.J. Mosley. They had Jamal Adams. They brought in Le'Veon Bell, and I was thinking, man, like they're building something dangerous. And then they fire him, and they bring in Adam Gase, and he's a trash coach. We already knew that was gonna go downhill from there. But yeah, he should have never been fired. They should have let him continue to work with the team that he built, and Adam Gase completely broke down that team. All right.
Yeah, so, but he should have some opportunities coming back next year, though.
Yeah. So Abs is in the house. What's up, Abs? Bowles got fired after a 10-win season.
I don't think his last season was a 10-win season. I think he had the 10-win season and
prior
had a worse season the following year and got fired, I think.
Yeah. Sweepy Band.
But regardless, he should not have been fired.
Sleepy Band says, "Yeah, I know Brodny was having Remmers Super Bowl flashbacks."
Yeah, let me tell you, because I was out here, I was all on the stream talking about 17+ point win for Kansas City, and I saw Mike Remmers line up, and I was like, "Oh God."
Felipe Marino, he says, "What did I say to you guys? You called it, Felipe. Did you call it? What was the score? What score did you have?" We called it the opposite way. Okay?
Yeah,
we had Kansas City in the blowout. Yeah, man. Just look, wasn't Mahomes' best game. And look.
I wouldn't even agree with that. I think he played really well. It's just, man, he was on the run all night long and had some really poor drops from his receivers too.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, it was a bad night.
And and a lot of you guys in the comments had called it on our live stream last week, and and I kind of downplayed it. Their O line just wasn't as strong. Ferris had mentioned that, and I said I wasn't sure if it was going to be a factor the way they get the ball out of Mahomes' hands so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was a factor for sure.
But we overlooked the Mike Remmers factor. There is no pass play quick enough to counteract Mike Remmers.
Yeah. So, can anybody else reach 7? That's what G Star 007 wants to know.
Doubt it very much.
Yeah, I doubt it. We'll see. We'll find out next year if the Chiefs make it back next year and Mahomes wins another Super Bowl. Then I'll be looking at Mahomes, man. But I doubt it.
And listen, I don't want to see anybody else get to 7.
Me neither.
It's just. That kind of stuff is great to look back on if you're a fan of that team, but at the time, it's kind of boring.
Hey, this is all facts right here, Felipe. Mahomes had the Lamar Jackson experience today.
Yeah.
Super facts. Ferris says Travis Kelce has some drops that caught me off guard. Yeah.
They all do.
Yo, it's funny, right? Because like you see multiple drops from these guys, and you're like, man, what's going on? But when it happens in Baltimore, it's just like, well, Lamar's gotta do better.
Well, but that's what we always talk about, right? Like normally, you guys can drop passes or passes can be inaccurate, and they just run it back and they get another opportunity and they cash it in.
Yeah.
They didn't have those extra opportunities tonight.
Yeah, shout out to Tanya Bowman. Shout out to Tanya Bowman. I know she loved it. She did not want to see. She did not want to see Mahomes get another Super Bowl ring. I can't. I mean, I don't watch a lot of mainstream media anymore anyway. But I mean, it's going to be unbearable tomorrow about how much they love Tom, and Tom's the greatest of all time. They're going to be calling him. Just be ready for it. They're going to be calling him the greatest athlete of all time. They're going to be saying, he's got 7 rings now, more than Jordan. More than Jordan, even though Jordan didn't have the most NBA rings. But they'll be like, he's got more than Jordan. Is he the greatest athlete of all time? Watch, that's going to be a talking point.
Yeah.
That's going to be a talking point. Ferris says, Tampa's defense speed is phenomenal. Yeah. Devin, Levante, Shaq, Antoine Winfield Jr.
And you know what's really funny about that, Ferris? Wouldn't have mattered a bit if Kansas City was healthy.
Yeah, but they weren't. But you know what's crazy about that? As well as that defense is put together, they still got everything on offense.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew you can build both sides of the ball?
I thought it was illegal.
Yeah.
I'll say this too. I don't know what everybody else's feelings are on this, but Antoine Winfield Jr. at the end of the game giving Tyreek the peace sign, I thought it was hilarious. I don't think stuff like that should be a penalty. I mean, who cares? No. They're grown men. Who cares if they're taunting each other?
Yeah. That penalty that
he didn't touch him,
right? That penalty that Tyrann Mathieu got earlier when he was going back and forth with Brady. I thought, I mean, the first half was awful. I mean, we can't understate enough how bad the refs messed up that first half, and who knows what it would have been like in the second half. I mean, you can't take away what Tampa did in the second half, but in that first half, they absolutely were handing the game to Tampa Bay. The pass interference calls when the balls weren't catchable, the holding call,
attempted
holding, even though Mike Evans pushed off and that was an interception that could have changed the game drastically. The personal foul they call because Tyrann Mathieu and Tom Brady are going back and forth with each other. You don't throw flags like that you don't throw flags like that ever, but in a Super Bowl you definitely don't do that. Don't do that. I think that kind of messed with Kansas City a little bit. That got in their head a little bit, right? It's like, well, what can we do out here? That you're not letting us play our game. I mean, 8 flags, 8 penalties they had in the first half compared to Tampa Bay's 1 penalty. Right. Yeah. Ferris, too many BS penalties. Jonathan Carrington says Ravens need to upgrade their speed on defense. Richie Grant and a few others. Ravens don't need to do anything on defense. Nothing at all.
John, I know I recognize John. We've gone back and forth in the YouTube comments a few times. Listen, the Ravens defense gave up, what was it, 23 points.
Oh, 23 points in both games.
23 points in both games. Their defense is just fine.
Oh, by the way,
they couldn't score.
You guys like this mug right here? Can y'all see that? Y'all like that mug? If you want one of those, you can hit up our merch store. In fact, we're going to put it right here for y'all so you guys can see. B doesn't have his mug. Uh-oh. Right there. You want to get yourself a little something? Teespring. Teespring.com/store/LBHT show. We got hoodies. We ain't wearing his hoodie.
I know it's out of reach too. I was gonna hold it up, but it's all the way over there.
Fail all around, man. You out there playing like you out there like Remmers, okay? Just
that's uncalled for. Is what that is. I'm
out. Jonathan Carrington says Brady should honestly retire. He said he's not, and the way he played this year, and they just won a Super Bowl ring. I mean, why not try to run it back? I guess.
Yeah. Brady said he's gonna play past 45 if he keeps playing the way he's playing, and I believe him.
Yeah, I believe him too.
Like, why would he quit? He never gets hit. He never gets criticized. All he does is win rings. It's just fun.
Yeah. Sanju V. Aside from refs, do you think the Chiefs lack of real adversity this year led to this result, or is it mainly the refs and being banged up? Yeah, refs banged up, and look, Tampa is also a really good team, right? They're really talented.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs had the better quarterback. Well, I don't think I know. Mahomes is a better quarterback, but they ran into a team that has more talent than them, right? Tyreek Hill is uber talented. Travis Kelce is uber talented. Sammy Watkins, I didn't even see him out there, but
Yeah, he had one or two catches.
against Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, AB, Leonard Fournette, they're stacked.
Tampa's
And
maybe
Gronk,
the only team in the league that can say they have more talent on offense than Kansas City.
yeah,
Maybe. Outside of quarterback,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
And you were talking, but here's the hoodie right here. Okay.
See, now your
It's looking
screen's
nice.
okay. There you go. Your screen's freezing up.
It's not
Oh
freezing.
man, it is. There it is. Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of the hoodies you can get right there at our merch store. We got plenty of stuff. In fact, you're gonna be seeing us wearing more and more of that stuff as we get our products and our stuff is in the mail. But yeah, check out the merch if you're feeling the clothing and the mugs and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait, what was a low blow, Ferris? He said that was a low blow. What was a low blow? Deshaun says, do AB or Godwin end up on Baltimore, or is that just wishful thinking? So that's one of the things me and B were talking about. One of those guys are going to be available, probably Godwin, right?
Well, no, I don't know. Now that the talk is that they want to keep him. They want to try and get a long-term deal done, and they might just go ahead and franchise him. So I told you before. I think they're going to bring back AB too.
I think they're definitely bringing back AB. Yeah,
and that's Tom's guy, and he'll be back. And he still won't cost that much, but he'll get a decent raise. But it sounds like they're going to bring back Godwin as well. So
yeah, yeah. I think they're definitely bringing back AB, and they're bringing back Godwin. Yeah, I mean, look, I can see it. Like they're trying to win. When teams are trying to win, like they do what they have to do. So they'll bring back all the talent. And Gronk will come back, do the same thing where they'll bring him and they don't really use him in the regular season, and when they get to the NFC Championship, they'll take him out of his hyperbaric chamber and say, okay, Gronk.
Unleash the Gronk.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Well, no reason for Brady to retire. I mean, other than the fact I just don't want to see him anymore.
Yeah. And unfortunately, our opinions don't carry the weight that we believe they should yet.
Yeah.
So
did we see the route by AB? Which route?
Oh, on his touchdown? Yeah. That was would have been nice to see in Baltimore. That's all I'm going to say.
Look, Jonathan says, what's the gap between Tampa and Baltimore to you guys? Okay, honestly, look, it depends on the help that you get Lamar, right? I don't think it's that wide because Lamar is an amazing talent, but you just got to get him some weapons, right? You got to give him some weapons. Like the only difference between those two teams is that they invested in the offense while maintaining a good defense, and we didn't do that. But
well, I also think that Tampa has better coaching than Baltimore does.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
I agree. But you know what though? We could still get it done. Like let me put it that way. If we go and get Allen Robinson and get another wide receiver, all right, and they improve the O-line, we can overcome that, right? Yes, I think Bruce Arians is a better coach than John Harbaugh. I think that coaching staff, from top to bottom, is better than our coaching staff.
Yeah.
Offense coordinator, defense coordinator, all that stuff. They're a better coaching staff. But our coaching staff, they don't suck.
Right.
And if we ended up in a Super Bowl against them, and we have talent, especially with Lamar, we could win it. We can win it. Like there isn't a defense out there. I mean, people say that they figured out Lamar. They didn't really figure out Lamar. They figured out Greg Roman's offense. But you get some talent around Lamar. There's no real game plan to stop that. You just got to hope he has a bad day. All right.
Right.
Let's see. Sanju says, when I saw KC, I was thinking if you took away the line and the weapons, then you have the Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Right down to the magical quarterback who gets beat up all game because nobody's helping him out.
Yeah, yeah, Deshaun, I see it. Tom Brady he got MVP.
Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it
He
didn't
could have
matter.
thrown 5 picks and he was getting that MVP.
Yeah, yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. I
I don't
got the
even have
team
the
young.
energy to be mad about Tom Brady anymore. Whatever, man. Good for you.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations. Another talking point is going to be who made who, Belichick or Brady. All right, that's going to be another talking point. And look, I get it. Tom Brady made it to the Super Bowl, and the Patriots were really bad this year. So
Hmm.
that's gonna be a talking point for a while. Look, if you guys aren't fans of Tom Brady, don't put on ESPN or FS1 for at least a week, at least. They're still gonna be talking about him because he's coming back next year. So the talk's also gonna be, what are the chances for next year? And the chances are gonna be pretty good. For being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Adit Mahmood, thank you for joining the live stream, man. Has Orlando's trade value increased after tonight? You could get rid of first. You get a first and a receiver on a contract year. Mike Williams, DJ Moore. I would love that.
I don't think you'll get a first and one of those guys. I think you get one of those guys in a pick, but
Yeah, a
not a
later
first.
pick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a lot. But has his value increased? I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, we went back and forth with Sonny from SCG Sports
Yeah, make sure you check
about
him
what
out.
to
SCG
do.
Sports. Yeah.
Yeah, about what to do with Orlando Brown. And I told him, I don't know that you'll get a first and a second, or a first and another high pick for Orlando Brown. Man, I watched Mike Rammers and I was like, I'll give you 5 first-round picks for a left tackle today.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yes. You know what? I think, yeah, his value did go up. Seeing a left tackle perform poorly on the big stage, where everybody can see, and that'll be a talking point for the Chiefs is, he didn't have that protection. Yeah, absolutely. I think his value does go up a little bit.
I'm gonna say no because that wasn't their left tackle. Like their
It
left tackle was out. So
it wasn't, but I think it highlights the point that you need to have a good left tackle, right?
well, yeah, but they do, and like there's nothing you can do about your left tackle going down if he goes down.
Yeah.
That's what happened in Baltimore. They had a good right tackle, luckily who was able to step in, but the Chiefs have a good left tackle, and they invested heavily in that left tackle. And he got hurt last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Jonathan Character says Nelson Aguilar as a sneaky good wide receiver could be coupled with Terrence Marshall or another guy. Also, keep your eye on Gerald Everett of the Rams for a seam buster tight end. Look, I like Nelson Aguilar, but if that's all we do, I know you mentioned Terrence Marshall. Look, more. Okay.
Well, yeah, because what
More.
it boils down to, we mentioned Nelson Aguilar as a possibility in free agency on one of our previous shows. But what it boils down to is you don't want to be sneaky good. Just be good.
Be good. Yes. Yes. Be good. Let everybody else know that you're good, and don't be afraid to be good. Right. We're not that on defense, right? We want everybody to know how good we are on defense, and we want to take on the best offenses and shut them down.
Yeah.
We need to be that on offense, right? With a player like Lamar, you need to be really good. Let everybody know that, and just let them have nightmares on how to stop you.
Yeah.
You know.
But that said, I would absolutely say yes to that offseason for Baltimore because as of right now, I don't think they're even going to do that well.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Ferris says, I am kind of mad a tad bit because Devin White and Antoine Winfield Jr. were Giants, the Giant targets in the draft, and I am angry we don't have them. The Giants did a lot of things wrong.
Listen, welcome to Dave Gettleman's world.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. Yes, you know all about Dave Gettleman as well. Yes. So Chris Hall says, the story tomorrow about how Pat Mahomes stunk it up for the whole game. There shouldn't be no excuses because no one used them for Lamar. Practically the whole season, Mahomes has weapons. I hear you, but look, we don't control the narrative. That's what it's going to be. And look, he's a Super Bowl champion too. He was a league MVP, so they'll give him they'll give him that respect, and he's regarded as one of the best, if not the best, quarterbacks in the league. And, they don't give Lamar that same respect. So when things don't go right, it's all on Lamar.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's not that we should be disrespecting Pat Mahomes. It's that people should respect Lamar more.
Yeah. Ferris says you can have Gettleman back. Nope. They got a new
Oh, we
GM.
good. Yeah, he's not as good a fit.
Yeah.
So I did that because his name is Fitterer.
Yeah.
So
Did it.
I hate that they hired a GM to be a yes man to the rookie head coach.
Sanju V wants to know what we think of the new position coaches for the Ravens. Well, we're probably gonna do a video on that, but
but at least they're hiring coaches who have a background, in the past
offense.
Yeah. Keith Williams, the new
putting the
pass
ball in
game
the air.
coordinator. He was a long-time college coach. He's been a personal coach for Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams and Sammy Watkins. So, presumably he kind of knows what he's doing there. T. Martin's been all over the place and he's been pretty successful. So, yeah, I mean, that's fine, but Greg Roman's still the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Sanju says, he also says, Engraven, shout out to Engraven. He said he's been saying they should do this all season. Yes, he has. I've heard him say that, go to the college ranks and get some guys with some fresh ideas. Yep, absolutely. Maybe if you guys say defund the defense and get him some weapons all off season, they'll listen to you too. Yes. Sanju, props to you, my man. Props to you. You've been watching our videos. Hashtag defund the defense. Tell your friends. Okay. Hashtag defund the defense. It doesn't mean strip down the defense. It means assess your budget,
Yes.
assess where you're spending your money, right, and reallocate those funds. The defense is good enough. We don't need to add any more to the defense. We don't need to cut anybody, right? Look, we can let Yannick walk. We can let Judon walk. Don't worry about the edge rushers. We can figure that out later, right? There's nobody in free agency we got to spend a lot of money on at edge rusher. So the rest of the defense is really good. They spend a lot of money locking up that secondary, right? We spend high draft picks on our linebackers. Defense is going to be fine, right?
Yeah.
Let Wink Martindale do his job and coach them up. The money that you have available, spend it on the offense. That's what we mean by defund the defense. So yes, hashtag defund the defense. Let your friends know.
Defund the defense means when somebody asks Eric DeCosta about edge rushers, he shouldn't immediately say, "Oh, we have a few that we're looking at in free agency." And then when somebody asks him about wide receivers, he says, "Well, we only got 10 to 15 million."
Yeah.
It's about changing the mindset in Baltimore.
Yeah. Abs wants to know, Brody, he means Brodny. It's Brodny. Do you like the new Panthers owner? He seems too hands-on to me. That's an excellent question to ask, because it's a perfect time to let you guys know that just join the live stream. Tomorrow, we will be on Panthers Nation podcast. If you guys aren't subscribed, you want some good Panthers content, Panthers Nation podcast. Rashad and David, they're excellent at this stuff.
And if you want a little preview of how that conversation is going to go, the topic for tomorrow night is David Tepper ruining the Panthers?
Yes.
So,
yes.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll save my answer for tomorrow night.
But he's giving you a little hint right now. Deshaun wants to know, can we get a fourth pick from Atlanta and draft Chase? I think that's realistic since they're intent on keeping Julio.
I don't know that you can get the fourth pick. I really don't.
For Orlando. I don't see it happening.
I don't think so.
But
I don't think
he'll
get into the top 10 for him.
No, I don't think so either, but I wouldn't say that's not possible, right? Because it depends on who's looking at getting one of these young tackles, because Orlando's young, Well,
yeah, but if you're Atlanta and you're sitting there at number 4, just draft Sewell or Slater, and you don't have to pay them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But Orlando can play. Like, there's no question about it.
But what do NFL teams like more than getting proven players who want big contracts?
Yeah, you're right.
They like getting potential for cheap.
If it were the Rams, they would give it up no problem.
Yeah,
they'd be like, "Oh, you want picks?" But we got picks.
How far are you willing to go?
Yeah.
I can take care of you.
Parents wants to know, did we hear Steve Smith destroy Cully?
Yes.
I didn't hear what he said, but I heard people talking about it. I don't know. Steve Smith always got something to say about somebody.
Yeah, he said he can't. He said he can't recognize talent, but he was meaner about it. I don't like Steve Smith at all.
But
I'm a Panthers fan, but I can't stand him. He is such an a-hole.
in what context did he mean that? Like Cully is not a scout. He's not a GM. Like, he doesn't draft the players. Like, what do you mean he can't like identify talent? Like, all he does is, he coaches.
Yeah.
I don't know what he means by that. I don't know.
What he means by
Yeah,
that is he's an angry little man.
yeah. Yeah, man, we got T. Martin. So yeah, we're happy about that. T. Martin, been a wide receiver coach for a while. His son is one of the top wide receiver recruits in the country, right?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of speculation about that. Like, I don't think that they hired T. Martin because they're going to draft his son. I really don't.
No. I don't think so either. I'm just saying, like, he has experience working with wide receivers.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then the other guy, I keep forgetting his name, but
Keith Williams.
Keith Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's worked with a few NFL wide receivers.
Yeah, Tyreek, Sammy Watkins, Devontae Adams. So that's great.
So Attitude Pop says, and they say Mahomes is better than Lamar. And can you re-rank the 2018 draft class in Lamar or Mahomes and Lamar or Brady? Look, I still think Mahomes is better than Lamar. Right?
Yeah.
And I love Lamar. Mahomes is an amazing talent.
I saw that man lay horizontal to the ground and throw a pass 30 yards downfield that hit his wide receiver in the hands. I mean, he's arguably the most talented quarterback we've ever seen. I mean, I'll put maybe Marino and Aaron Rodgers up there, just because of longevity. But Pat Mahomes does things that other people cannot do.
Yeah. Now I'll say this: get Lamar a different coaching staff that will let him use his arm, and it would be a very close argument. It'd be a very interesting debate. Like, Lamar's already up there, right? He's already, he's an MVP as well, right? In the second year. Very talented, and they don't let him use his arm nearly enough. He's a much better passer. I mean, what you think about how little they let him throw the ball, right? Look at the touchdown passes he has. 68 touchdown passes in 3 years off of very few attempts and only 18 interceptions. The man, he can pass, right? Like, let him open it up a little bit, and we'd be having a different conversation, right? We'd be having a different conversation. Sanju wants to know, why couldn't Bill O'Brien be Tampa Bay's GM? We could get all the Tampa Bay receivers for Orlando Brown Jr. That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. And a couple picks.
Yeah.
Deshaun wants to know, will Keith Washington take over as OC the same way Roman did when he was a run game coordinator? I'll say this. We laugh at it now, but I think quietly, John Harbaugh is on the hot seat. His seat is a little warm, right? It's not going to be something that's public, but I think he has to look over his shoulder this year if they don't perform. And if the offense isn't playing well and we're losing early on, I could see him firing Greg Roman. And Keith Washington will be. I
was gonna say, not so quietly. John Harbaugh likes hiring replacements for people already on his staff.
Yeah,
and just giving them different roles.
And as much as he likes to hook up his friends, he has no problem firing his friends. You know why? Because he's got more friends.
Yeah, popular guy, man.
He's like, look, man, I got. That Washington Williams. I said Keith Washington, Keith Williams. Harbaugh, like, he loves hooking up his friends. But he's like, I got plenty of friends. So one down, I got plenty to go. Chris Hall, what up, Chris Hall? Boy, oh boy, if Lamar would have been in Mahomes' shoes, we would have heard that last of it. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at the way they talked about Cam. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I will say this though. Mahomes is a better passer than Lamar. He's got a better arm than Lamar.
Yeah.
If Lamar was on the field tonight, Tampa Bay wouldn't have been able to run that defense they were running all night because Lamar would have murdered them on the ground. Yeah.
Way too much room to run, and but they would have ran a different defense because they know what's Greg Roman going to do about it.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true.
Like, there's this guy who's breaking down that pick six that Lamar threw against the Bills, and he was looking at the play drawn up, And basically, there was absolutely no place else to throw the ball because they didn't run any other routes. Like, there was space to throw to the corners, but the receivers didn't run to the corners. They ran and it did like a little hook to come back inside. So like everybody was right there in the middle being covered, and that's how
I don't know if
the
you've
play's drawn
heard.
up.
I don't know if you've heard, but he can't throw it outside the numbers. So he do that up to his strengths.
Yeah. So don't even bother. Don't even attempt. Man. Great one's got to go, man. He's got to go.
I tweeted it out during the game. I know you saw your boy, former Ravens center Ryan Jensen, just spraying the ball all over the field, trying to snap it to Brady, right?
Yes, I saw what you tweeted.
Just contagious.
We should have kept Ryan Jensen, man.
Yeah. We
should have kept him. I didn't like when we let him go. But, yeah, the Ravens got to get a center this offseason. I said it last year. I wasn't happy with what we had. Like, we had to upgrade on talent. But now they know.
Maybe. We'll see.
Jonathan Carrington says Lamar with Andy Reid and KC would be unbeatable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's nearly unbeatable with John Harbaugh.
Yeah. Add to Pop says Super Bowl predictions for next year: Ravens versus Bucks or Ravens versus Green Bay.
It's not going to be Green Bay. I fell into that trap, but like Green Bay hates Aaron Rodgers. They ain't letting him get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Deshaun wants to know, will Corey Davis plus Sammy Watkins be enough?
Talent-wise, sure, but Sammy don't be like he don't like to play, man.
He don't
like to play full seasons.
That's the only thing. I'm thinking yes, but yeah, that part of it where he's just not always healthy.
I think it would be fine because at that point Hollywood's your third best receiver, and he can step in and be the number 2 when Sammy's taking days off to run his Colt.
You know what? Yes, my answer is yes, because Corey Davis and Hollywood for the regular season is good enough. I mean, what we have now is good enough for a regular season. Like we're a playoff team. In the playoffs, as long as Sammy Watkins healthy, yes, yeah, absolutely. I would say yes. Av says we have a center, Bradley Bozeman. No, we don't. No, we don't. Bradley Bozeman doesn't play center. He plays center sometimes. They got him playing guard. I don't think he sucks. Like some of the guys that we have, like I told B, are going to be better next year. Maybe one of them really steps up and like he becomes a guy for us. We had some young guys. We had a couple of rookies, some undrafted guys, and they didn't have a training camp really. Any off-season workouts, so they came in, kind of cold, and just had to play through it. But I expect these guys to get stronger, all of them in the off-season, get a lot stronger. They'll go through mini camp, they'll go through training camp, and they can work on some of those things. But with that being said, I still want to get a better center at least. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a really talented guy in the draft or we pick up a veteran. World class Satanist. Okay. Wow. Great job. Okay. Hey, whatever. Hey, all are welcome. Just keep it clean. He said, great job, Buccaneers. Okay, yeah, man. Look, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. They I did not see them making the Super Bowl. Because my thing is when you put together so much, different pieces, moving pieces in that first year, it's hard for them to gel. But they did it. Yeah. They did it. Bruce Arians knew what he wanted. He believed in himself and the coaching staff, and he's just like, look, if we get rid of Jameis and bring in Brady, that's all we need. And the organization backed him up on that, And like I said, I can't stress enough the fact that they brought in Tom and they said, Tom, whatever you need, we got you. Tom says, I need my friend Gronk here. I need him here.
Yeah.
Right. And they said, okay, fine. I need AB here. Like, yo, Tom, like you got Mike Evans, we got Chris Godwin. Like, I mean, what you brought Gronk back. Like, what you need, bro? It's like, yo, I need AB here. Okay, fine. Right. Yeah. Okay, fine. And just because they brought in Leonard Fournette and props to Leonard Fournette, man, he was balling out. He balled out this postseason.
Yeah.
So And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what they
he
did,
gets a
man.
really bad rap for a person who seems like, before he got to the NFL, all you heard is just a fantastic person and just doing nothing but, nothing but helping people out any way he could. And he got to the NFL and was like, you know, sort of almost a semi bust. And then he said, I don't want to play for the Jaguars. And then all of a sudden he's a terrible person.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious given the fact that the NFLPA sent out a memo to all the players saying, "Don't sign with Jacksonville."
Yeah.
Right? Like these guys, you don't want to sign with them. Stay away from them if you can. They're a terrible organization. Everybody wanted out, rightfully so.
Mhm.
They're just, look, like I said, I'm happy for him. I'm happy he got away from there and ended up being a Super Bowl champion. So
Yeah.
props to him. Courtney Rogers says, yeah, Bradley Bozeman was an All-American center playing at Alabama. This ain't Alabama, bro.
Yeah.
This is not Alabama. And like I said, I think he's solid. I think he's a good rotational player. Maybe he'll be able to step up and play guard next year. But no, I don't want to go into next year as him as a starting center. I want somebody more talented.
Mhm.
There's another one here I meant to pull up. Deshaun says, we need the kid from Wisconsin, Whitewater, as our right guard.
Mhm.
He's a D3. He'll be there third round maybe.
Honestly, I think Baltimore is going to be just fine at guard next year.
Yeah.
Tyree, Ben Powers, Bozeman plays guard as well.
Yeah.
Bredesen, maybe he can mix in there next year. I don't think that guard is really going to be their issue. They need to focus on getting a starting center and a tackle. I mean, now they're going to need two tackles if they have to move Orlando, but I think they'll be okay at guard.
Yeah. And where they go to get that center, I mean, who knows? But like I said, I don't want to go in there next year with Bradley Bozeman because we do, and he can't hold down that position. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Like we're shifting around through all of our centers who can't really hold down that position, and there's really nothing we can do about it. So no, go and get you some talent there, man. Stop being afraid of getting talent on offense, man. Like stop being afraid of being great on offense, right? Too often, tough puppy. What's going on, man? Too
What's
often,
up, tough?
yeah. Too often we just want to settle for what we have. Oh, this guy's good enough. Oh yeah, this undrafted guy, he's good enough. Nah, man. Like, why don't we do that on defense? Why don't we say, hey, you know what? Jalen Ferguson is gonna be fine, man. He's he set the sack record in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got to a slow start, but he's gonna be fine. He's toned up. It's going into his third year. We don't need to get an edge rusher. Let's just stick with Jalen Ferguson. We don't say that. We say, yeah, man, not good enough. Not good enough. We need to get better. That's the type of mentality that we need to have on offense. Dub Puppy wants to know, what did he just watch? You saw Tom Brady get a seventh ring, man. That's what you saw. I don't have to say
They
that.
asked Bruce Arians if he's going to be back as the head coach next year, and he said he ain't going nowhere. He's trying to get two, and then we'll see.
Was he talking about retirement before?
I think that reporter was just trying to push him out. I don't know.
Because I mean, if I'm Bruce Arians, look, I'm staying here as long as Tom is staying here. I'm trying to get as many rings as Belichick. I figured out Belichick's secret, I guess. I had two pops, says Tua or Deshaun. I got Tua. They're trying to make the Dolphins send him to Texans to mess up his career. It's funny how fans switch up on you after 1 year. Deshaun's better. So if I have a chance to upgrade, it is what it is. Sorry, Tua. I don't want to see him go there either, but yeah.
Yeah, love Tua. I think he's going to be a very, very good quarterback for Miami, unless Houston calls and said, we'll give you Deshaun, and then Deshaun is going to be a very, very great quarterback in Miami.
Look, man, like we just said, that's what championship teams do, right? You like certain guys, they have potential, but when you have a chance to upgrade and you're putting together all the talent everywhere else, man, you do it.
Especially with Miami's got a couple first-round picks. Like, they can get that done pretty easily.
And especially in that case, because, we talked about last week, black head coaches, they're far in between. and they don't get the same, benefit of the doubt as white coaches. So Brian Flores, people are questioning, why they keep taking Tua out the game this year. Like, why are you taking him out of games and putting in Fitzpatrick? Because he's trying to make the playoffs, because he understands, even though he's got a rookie quarterback, even though the team's showing a lot of promise, he is in that situation where they'll say, okay, thanks for building this team up. Now, we're going to fire you and bring in another coach that fits us, right? And take over that team.
We talked about it last week. But Cliff Kingsbury got fired in college and got the head coaching job in Arizona.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve Wilkes got 1 year as the Cardinals head coach with Josh Rosen and Sam Bradford and Mike Glennon in his quarterback room.
1 year with a rookie quarterback, and they fired him, brought in a losing coach, a coach that failed in college, and let that coach pick a brand new pick a brand new quarterback. Like, who does that? You just drafted a quarterback in the top 10, and then you hire this coach to say, and he says, yeah, I'm not taking that job unless I can get Kyler Murray. And they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then he dropped that pick with the view from his mansion like he earned it.
Yeah, and they go and get you Deshaun Watson to pair it with them, and you still miss the playoffs. I said Deshaun Watson. DeAndre Hopkins. They stole him from Deshaun Watson. Yeah, they went and got DeAndre Hopkins, and you still missed the playoffs. Yeah. You still missed the playoffs.
To the Bears.
Listen, look, he's a bad coach, all right, and he's going to be there for a while. He's going to be for a while. One of these years, I'm not even sure if they're going to make the playoffs next year, to be honest. I don't know.
Speaking of the Bears, that's the rumor out there is that they're going to be picking up Carson Wentz for Nick Foles, a first-round pick, and Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a video on that. We got some videos coming out, guys. We're gonna talk more about the hires that the Ravens made. We're gonna talk about the Wentz trade. I'm
not sure who the biggest loser is in that deal.
I think I'm gonna say the Bears, because Philly didn't really believe in Wentz anymore, right? I don't know if they believe in Jalen Hurts, but I know they didn't believe in Wentz, and they get to move on from him. They won with Foles. Whether Foles can do anything over there or not, like, they don't have to deal with Wentz anymore.
Well, what they did is you got out from under Wentz's contract, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you will. It hasn't happened yet.
Right.
But you're still trading for a running back who's coming off a major injury, and you're trading for another quarterback controversy. Yeah. And what you're getting out of it is a mid to late first round pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alfonso says, he says Wentz is overrated to him. Carson Palmer's little brother and apparent QB guru. You're talking about Jordan Palmer. Oh, okay. You're talking about Jordan Palmer.
We prefer to think of him as the run P guy.
Yeah. I was wondering if that's the same person or if that's a different Jordan Palmer. Lamar's going to be working out with Jordan Palmer. Apparently he's a new QB whisperer. And look, Lamar, he puts in that work, right? That's why I think the Ravens are holding him back. He puts in that work as a passer. He can do a lot more in the pass game if you let him, and he's shown you. I mean, like, we ain't got to guess that. I mean, we see it. I mean, he's a very efficient quarterback when he throws the ball. So let him do more. But that's where coaching comes in. You got to get creative with your passing. Like B said, this talk about he can't throw outside the numbers. The numbers suggest that's not true. And either he's able to do it, or it just doesn't matter that much, because his numbers show that he's very efficient. He's very accurate. He throws a lot of touchdown passes. So, why wouldn't you want to build off of that?
Yeah. It's the same thing I used to say about Cam Newton, particularly after he won the MVP. And everybody's like, "Oh, he's not a pocket passer, and it won't last." Like, well, okay, he went 15-1, won MVP. They went to the Super Bowl. So either he is a pocket passer, or you don't need to be one to be successful. Yeah. So I don't want to hear those arguments anymore.
Tough Puppy says, hold on, I'm gonna catch this one. is it just me, guys, or did the Bucks defense versus the Chiefs offense tonight remind you of the Bills defense versus the Ravens defense? It felt the same, except Lamar gets bashed and Mahomes doesn't. I see the frog emoji. He's calling him Kermit. I get it. I saw it. I see you. I see you. Okay.
I think tonight was more about KC's offensive line than anything else.
Yeah.
Which I mean is not. That's what happened with Baltimore also, but. There was also the weather in Buffalo. Like, Baltimore's just not built like Kansas City.
Yeah.
This is the first time that Pat Mahomes has ever scored under 10 points.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, shout out to Ferris. Ferris is our patron. If you want to be a patron, you can go to patreon.com/LBHT show. Right. Support the show for as little as $3 a month. We'll be rolling out a $10 tier here pretty soon, and there'll be some benefits for the $10 tier. But also, Ferris and Suge. If you're not following them, go to Let's Get Ready Network. All right, make sure you check out their show. They do a Smowdown show. They do sports. The highlight show. They do Star Wars. They do the Holocron. Yeah, they do everything.
What I like to say about Let's Get Ready is if you're interested in anything, they've got a show about it. Go hit them up on YouTube, hit subscribe, and check them out.
Yeah, Ferris knows his stuff, man. Ferris and Suge know their stuff, so make sure you subscribe. Let's Get Ready Network. Tanya says, I know Tanya. She says, hey, guys, I loved it. Tom Brady exposed the Chiefs tonight. Now we see why my quarterback go through where his line is not right. Yeah, but, the sad thing is they're still going to bash Lamar.
I don't know that you can expose the defending Super Bowl champions, but I guess to the extent that you can, I guess they did.
Yeah, I mean, I get what she's saying, but look, it's not going to change anything with Lamar. They're still going to say he can't pass. The fact is this: Lamar could have won last year's Super Bowl and this year's Super Bowl, and they'll still say he can't pass. Mm-hmm. Right? They'll just wait for him to have a bad game and be like, see, that's why he's not good, because Lamar, other than being a black athletic quarterback, right, which already is something that the people are just going to say he can't throw. Yeah. Other than being from that, like, he really embarrassed a lot of people in the media because they went really hard in that direction about him not being a quarterback, being a wide receiver, and so much so that people like Bill Polian had to come out and apologize, right? And say, hey, look, I'm not racist. It's not a black thing. I'm
not racist. I just say racist things.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people in the media, that had to come back and eat their words, and they never forget that. They never forget that. So they're just waiting every year, and it's going to be this way for his whole career. They're just going to wait every year for him to slip up and be like, see, like that's why that's what we're talking about. He's not really a good quarterback.
Yeah, that's what happened to Cam after 9 years of being a successful quarterback. Injuries kind of caught up to him, and he got dumped out of Carolina and was in a bad situation in New England. And everybody like, see, I told you couldn't play.
Yeah.
But also, you gotta be ready for next year if Baltimore does get some wide receivers and fix the whole line. Be ready for everyone in media to say that it's not Lamar. He's being carried by the talent around him.
Tough Puppy, he says, I mean, it may be more than race. Watson and Murray never really got bashed, and they are both clearly not as good as Lamar. Well, Watson's up there. And if you're talking about like how the media treats them, yes, like with Lamar, like we just said, it's a little bit more than just him being a black quarterback. He's a black quarterback that they got completely wrong. They didn't go that way with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson had too great of a college career. I mean, so did Lamar. But I mean, Deshaun Watson was a national champion and he beat the Alabama team. It's really hard to say I don't think he's a quarterback.
And then he went 10 spots behind Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah. yeah. That too. I think Kyler Murray got the benefit of coming in after Lamar did, right? Mm-hmm. And seeing how Lamar played even his rookie year. I mean, Lamar got his team to the playoffs. I think that kind of helped with the narrative on Kyler. But like I said, Lamar completely embarrassed some people out there, and they'll never forget it. They'll never forget it.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's coming on Kyler if they don't get to the playoffs next year. It'll start.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Ferris. Ferris thinks Deshaun is as good as Lamar. You think he's better than Lamar? I know. It's fine. It's fine. Look, I like Deshaun Watson. If you say he's better than Lamar, I mean, I don't agree.
Ferris is also just angry that Lamar didn't drop a couple more spots to the Giants. That's all.
You should have drafted him number 2 instead of Saquon. But whatever. We have a friend who is a Giants fan, and I mean, to this day, he will defend the Saquon pick.
Hey Ferris, did you notice that Saquon wasn't there this year? Because I didn't notice that McCaffrey wasn't. So,
yeah, Saquon is an amazing talent, but number 2, that is a Gettleman pick, dude. Tough Puppy says this Bucs team feels like the Niners last year, but with better offense. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yep, better quarterback, better weapons. No, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Sanju says, as seen in Houston, there is an NFL establishment, and there is a way they think things should be. Lamar has proven too many people wrong. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's you got it. You got it. Ferris says, why do you hurt me, Brodny? Can you stop with the truth?
Listen, Ferris, that is David Gettleman who hurt you, not me.
All right, Colton, let's go Chiefs, Super Bowl champs. Let's go for a 3-peat. Hey, I'm sorry, bro. Look, man, I'm sorry.
You just tweeting through it in the live chat?
Yeah, man. Hey, we're here for you. Hey, come on through. Okay. You're welcome. We'll talk it out. That was a tough one, man. We picked the Chiefs to win, and that first half, I mean, that was all refs.
But I feel them though. Like the Chiefs didn't lose that game. Mike Remmers did.
Look,
the rest of them are 2-time Super Bowl champions.
I will contend that in that first half, I think at the very least it should have been 13-6, Tampa. Right. They kicked the field goal and they called offsides. Well, even before that, there was a bad call. It was just too many bad calls that kept them going. And I mean, 8 penalties to 1 in the first half. That's just
they called pass interference on a play where Tom Brady was throwing the ball away.
He was throwing the ball away in the back of the end zone. Everybody knows what it is, and they call pass interference. You can't do that, dude. You can't do that. So if I'm a Chiefs fan, I definitely feel where you're coming from. That second half, though, they just beat the brakes off of you.
Well, yeah. With that said, I mean, Tampa thoroughly outplayed KC.
Yeah.
So props to them.
Yeah, Ferris, that the Tyrann Mathieu penalty was BS, man.
Yes.
Especially when both of them were going back and forth with each other. I don't understand how he gets flagged. Okay, he got in Brady's face and then he walks away, and Brady follows him, gets in his face. At the very least, it should be a double flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Offsetting penalties. But you just flag Tyrann Mathieu. Like, nah, man, that was awful. And they're lucky the game wasn't closer. Right?
Yeah.
They're lucky the game wasn't closer, because that's all anybody would have been talking about is how awful of officiating you did in the first half, and that's what caused them the game, and they would have been right.
Mm-hmm.
So those refs, they better high five Tom Brady this time. You better high five him and say thank you for bailing us out, because that's all they've been talking about. Sanju wants to know, will it come on Kyler or Cliff Kingsbury? I think Kingsbury will be on the hot seat if they don't make it to the playoffs next year, and there is no guarantee with the division being so stacked.
I think Cliff will be on the hot seat, but it'll start on Kyler also.
I think he's fine for next year. After next year, he'll be on the hot seat. I just think he's going to be there for a little bit.
Well, I think there were some rumors that he was on the hot seat towards the end of this year. I don't know how true that is, but I'm saying regardless, even if he gets fired, the talk will start on Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't play particularly well, in the second half of this season. They kind of, came off the rails a little bit, missed the playoffs. If they miss the playoffs again, it's not going to be we love Kyler anymore.
That's a good point. Kingbird 56 says, I'm calling it Ravens winning the Super Bowl 56 next year. Okay, I like that. I like that. Listen, if we make the right moves this offseason, absolutely. Absolutely. We could be right there. There's no reason why we shouldn't be.
Yeah, look, I'm on record already as saying if San Francisco does the right thing and trades for Deshaun Watson, that they'll win the Super Bowl next year. But outside of that, sure.
Yeah.
Go do what you got to do, and Baltimore should be right there.
Yeah. Add to Pop says we need more black coaches. No arguments there. No arguments there. I know this. There were 3 black coaches in the Super Bowl tonight that should definitely be head coaches.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Todd Bowles has already proven that he can be a head coach. He should still be the Jets head coach. They would be so much further right now, as far as it's just like the projection if they had kept Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
Eric Bieniemy has been the hot coaching candidate for 2-3 years now, and he can't get a job. Byron Leftwich was talked about a couple years ago too, and he's not even getting interviews. So
yeah,
it's just sad to see, man. Bowles and Leftwich are Super Bowl champions. Eric Bieniemy's Super Bowl champion. In Bieniemy's case, like the disrespect. There was talks about Mike Kafka getting interviews.
His subordinate.
Yeah, his employee.
The dude who reports to him.
The disrespect, man. The disrespect,
I got nothing against Mike Kafka. I like Mike Kafka, but man,
yeah,
ugh.
Yeah. Ferris says that's why they need to go with the best crew, not the best ref at each position. Super Bowls always have a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the worst game to have a lot of penalties in. It's already going to be a long game because, commercials and halftime shows and all that stuff.
And stop hiring 65-year-old lawyers.
Yeah, get some career coaches, right? Pay them.
Refs.
Refs, some career refs and pay them. Sandra says Bowles went to the worst organization in the entire NFL.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
For a lot of minority coaches. You saw where Robert Saleh went.
Yeah. That's the problem, right? Like they get the worst jobs and they had the shortest leash, right? Because like you said, Bowles went to the worst organization. He had them competing, and then as soon as they draft what they thought was going to be their franchise QB, they fired him because they said, okay, thank you for building up this team, and we got it from here.
One of my favorite things in all of sports is Lamar Jackson can't win big games because he was obviously up until this year, he hadn't won a playoff game. But we all love Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's going into year 85 without making the playoffs.
I know.
Call this dude Fitzmagic for never making the postseason.
This comment right here makes me sad because I feel old. Yo, I can't believe Byron Leftwich is a coach. I remember him playing. Not only do I remember him playing, I remember him playing at Marshall, breaking his leg
and having the lineman carry him down.
Having the lineman carry him down the field on a broken leg, and he finished the game, and they won that game, didn't they?
Listen, I will tell you, I look back on that and I realize that it's like people in major sports media just never grew up, because I saw that and I was like, that's Carolina's new quarterback right there. Look at how much they love him. They picked him up and they carried him downfield. I desperately wanted the Panthers to draft him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be Peyton Manning after that.
Yeah. I was like, you can't, that was it what it is? Hey, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose right there, man.
Yeah. Ab says Kyler has worse body language than Lamar and no one talks about it. I don't know if that's worse body language or that's just how his face is.
The only body language I notice from Kyler, and this is somebody tweeted it and I just can't get it out of my head, is how he runs like Baby Stewie. And he takes like 15 steps to go 5 yards.
But he gets there, man.
Yeah.
Kyler's going to be fine, man. He's a baller, and he's got DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins ain't going to let him fail. Now, the rest of the teams, they might fail, but Kyler's going to be fine. All right. DeAndre Hopkins has made a lot of QBs look good. A lot worse QBs than Kyler. So Kyler, he's gonna be all right. Excuse me. You said, Sandra says I always think of Marvin Lewis and Cincy. They don't even have an indoor training facility in this day and age. Yeah.
Yeah, that was also Carolina up until David Tepper took over.
Wasn't Marvin Lewis mentioned as a coaching hire?
Yeah, but I mean they've been doing that every year since he left Cincinnati. I mean he's trying to get back in. Who knows if he will?
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Yeah. What that was a disappointing game. I thought it was going to be more competitive than that.
I didn't. I just thought it was going to be more enjoyable.
I thought it was going to be closer. I still had Kansas City winning by double digits, but look, like I said, credit to those guys, and by the looks of it, they're going to run it back. Look, nobody on Bruce Arians' coaching staff got hired, so they're all coming back.
Yeah.
Brady's coming back. AB's coming back. Gronk's coming back. Like they're all coming back, and I'm sure they're gonna add a few more pieces this offseason too. So yeah, I mean they'll be right there. They'll be right there. And look, Kansas City ain't going anywhere either. So and because they lost, they probably are going to draft another wide receiver.
Yeah.
Right. Or sign somebody. They don't be surprised if Allen Robinson finds his way to Kansas City. Don't be
Kansas
surprised.
City about to trade for Orlando Brown.
Yeah. Look. They're going to trade for Orlando Brown and sign Allen Robinson. I don't see Sammy Watkins coming back, and they'll find the money to get him. I mean, look, their receivers didn't do well tonight. They dropped passes, and I'm sure they'll look at that and say, "We need to upgrade our wide receivers."
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, broke homie Quan in the house. What's going on? Overseas right now, so I couldn't watch the Super Bowl. Just looked at the score. What happened?
Mike Remmers happened. He also happened after the 2015 season. So hop on Game Pass and look that one up, and you'll know exactly what happened.
A little more.
Mike Remmers is a disease.
A little more than Mike Remmers happened. The refs in the first half. Look, they didn't play well on offense, Kansas City, but the referees in that first half really took the fight out of them. The defense I thought played really well. They had that goal line stop
in the first half. They did, yeah.
They had an interception that got called back, and then they got like 3 pass interference calls in a row. None of them were actual pass interferences. Tyrann Mathieu got flagged for going back and forth with Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady ran up in his face. Tyrann Mathieu got the flag for unsportsmanlike. A lot of things. They got 8 flags in the first half, dude. A lot of things happened on that side of the ball, and I think that kind of took the steam out of them a little bit.
Yeah. Also, Mike Remmers.
Yeah. Well, Mike Remmers really showed up in the second half, just like in the Panthers Super Bowl.
Jesus, man.
Because what do people remember about that Super Bowl? Because people always talk about how poorly Cam played.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Manning had like 50 yards passing. Dude.
Peyton Manning was far worse than Cam in that game.
Yeah,
far worse. But what happened was, Jonathan Stewart hurt his foot on like the second play of the game. And much like a Baltimore Ravens situation, they didn't have a backup running back. Their backup running back was fat Mike Tolbert, so they couldn't run. Ted Ginn let the ball slip through his hands, for an interception. Jericho Cotchery let Von Miller cover him 30 yards downfield, stride for stride, and knock the ball out of his hands. I mean, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Ferris had a good point here. He says, can we talk about JPP playing in the Super Bowl with 5 3/4 fingers and playing well? I'm very happy for Jason Pierre-Paul, man. Shout out to him. Second Super Bowl now, right?
I'll tell you who I'm not happy for is Ndamukong Suh, dirtbag.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he's on the team too. Ndamukong Suh got a ring.
Yeah.
Shaq Barrett got a ring.
Yeah, I am happy for Levante David and Devin White and them. And I'm happier for Antoine Winfield Sr. I'm sure he's going to wear that ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, not Ndamukong. Not you.
Yeah. Z the Beast, what's going on, man? He said, let's be real, front 4 dominated.
Yeah.
They did. Absolutely, they did.
But let's also be real, because, I know that this is going to be a popular talking point, and I know that Ravens fans are going to really laser focus in on that this offseason and talk about edge rusher. Saying the front 4 dominated is exactly the same as saying, hey, all you need to do to stop the Ravens offense is stop Lamar from running. The Steelers proved that on the Thursday night game when Robert Griffin started.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Kansas City was missing a couple of O-line starters. That's how the front four dominated.
Ferris said that Remmers made Von Miller a Hall of Famer in that Super Bowl game.
All right. Okay, listen, I mean, like, it's, a ceasefire, right? Like, we don't have to go back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't need to think about that game ever again.
Yeah. All right, real quick, for you guys that are new to the stream, if you're new to this channel, welcome. We are the Lunch Break Hot Take. Take a minute to hit that like and subscribe button. All right. Also, you can follow us Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at LBHT Show. All right. If you like what we're doing here, you want to support the show, there's two ways you can do that. You can go to patreon.com/LBHT Show. And you can be a patron like our man Ferris here. All right. And there'll be some other bonuses and goodies for, $3 and $10 tier patrons. Also, if you want to drop a little something on our Cash App, that's how you do it, right over there. Okay, $ LBHT Show. If you drop something and drop a donation, make sure you leave a comment so we can read it on air, because that's what we use as our super chat right now. Also, if you look at the ticker below us, were you shaking your head at, B?
No, Ferris just got me thinking about how Coney Ely looked better than prime Julius Peppers in that Super Bowl, and that dude never showed up again.
Yeah, that was it for him. That was it. But yeah, if you want some nice merch, look at that ticker down there, teespring.com/stores/LBHT Show. You can get yourself a nice Lunch Break Hot Take mug like you see right there. B, you got your sweater, or did you put it away?
Let's see.
You can get something nice like that right there. Okay, Lunch Break Hot Take sweater. We got all kinds of different designs on there, so make sure you check it out. And like I said, make sure you're subscribing. We appreciate you guys, joining these live streams and just supporting us the way you have so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been going for over an hour, and there's still a lot of people in here, man. So we'll keep it going for a little bit longer, and we'll answer your questions. You got any questions? Drop them in the chat. Yeah, Ferris says $3 is worth it to talk trash to B. Get your money's worth.
Every time I think about that Super Bowl, I think about how they could have drafted Allen Robinson and DeMarcus Lawrence in the first few rounds, and they drafted Kelvin Benjamin and Coney Ely instead.
I like this one, Tough Puppy, yo. Like, subscribe, or your team will go 0-16. I like that. I like the energy, Tough Puppy. I like it. Okay. Yeah, Devin White is a stud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tough Puppy voted Shaq Barrett for MVP. Yeah, I'd have voted anybody except Tom Brady. Sanju says, I think Brodny is right on the edge rusher. Watching the trend, it seems that QBs are getting the ball out of their hands even faster than before. So really, you need a D-line that can bat balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like look, the answer is you need to build a team on both sides of the ball to the best of your ability, right? That's the problem we're having in Baltimore, is we're not doing that. We're only doing it on one side of the ball, and we're thinking we just need to be good enough on the offensive side and really stack up on the defensive side and dominate that way. And it's just not working.
Yeah.
It's just not working. And I give Harbaugh one more year of doing this before he's canned, right? It might be a shock to people if it happens, but I don't think making the playoffs is going to save Harbaugh's job next year, right? We're expected to be a playoff team. We're expected to make a deep run in the playoffs. So if we get bounced in the first round, he's done. If we get bounced in the second round, he could be done. It depends on who we're playing. So I think he's going to have a shorter leash on Greg Roman. I mean, everybody knows what it is with Greg Roman. He understands that he's not doing enough in the pass game. His own players have called him out on that, right? Lamar has talked about the predictability on offense. Hollywood Brown has said, look, we got to be a more balanced offense. We can't be number one in rushing and last in passing, right? So they know what it is. So if they don't get off to a good start, yeah, man, I think Greg Roman's going to be gone.
Yeah.
And our new pass game coordinator will take over. Absolutely. So,
But if they don't get the players, none of that matters.
yes,
So
yes, that's the other part too. Like you can't put it all on Greg Roman because you got to have some talent at least around him before you say, hey, you're not doing a good job. He's working with nothing.
yeah.
Oh, Abs has a nice little nugget here. Ted Ginn was the second wide receiver taken after Megatron. He's goated for that alone. Okay. Let's see. Luis Ortega, welcome to a live stream. Oh man, okay, Luis, he's doing a little trolling here. Look, the same thing I told Attitude Pop, man. Like you ain't gotta keep typing the same thing over and over and over again. If you want us to, if you want us to read your comment that bad, go right there. Go right there. Go to Cash
Trolls
App.
have to hit the Cash App.
Yeah. Look. Trolls are welcome. Let's be real about that. Not calling you a troll, Attitude Pop, by the way. You're cool. But trolls are welcome. And if you want to troll, all good. Hit the Cash App, leave a comment, and we will read it on air. All right. You can troll as much as you want. And thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate you.
Like our patron Ferris.
Yes. Yes, yeah. Like Ferris said, like we get it, Lewis. We get it. Is it Lewis or Luis? Luis. All right. In fact, speaking of Attitude Pop wants to know, how is Tom Brady the GOAT when he cheated in Super Bowls and had refs giving every call all those Super Bowls he won because of the refs, and he had a top 10 defense, and GOATs don't cheat.
I agree with everything except that last part. Yeah.
GOATs do cheat.
You're never going to be the best in the world at anything without cheating at some point. But yeah, no, Tom cheated to get a few of his Super Bowls, which is fine. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. I'm not like, okay, yeah, your organization cheated, but you got caught though.
Yeah.
You got caught and there were no repercussions really.
Yeah.
That's the problem that I have.
Ferris says he's not a troll. You're not a troll, Ferris. Okay, you're our guy. And in fact, also, if you didn't hear us earlier, Ferris has he has a YouTube channel with some of his friends, Suge and Bdor and Justin Hamilton. They got it's called Let's Get Ready Network. All right, so they do sports, they do Schmodown. If you don't know what Schmodown is, you definitely need to check it out and be entertained. Okay, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like I can't even follow along like all the guys that they're talking about sometimes, but it is entertaining listening to them talk about these matches. So check them out. Let's Get Ready Network. Every Monday they do a highlight sports show. Definitely worth taking a look at. So if you guys enjoy what we do, definitely give them a subscribe. All right. Tell Puppy call the Patriots New England Deflatriots. Okay, I like that one. Ferris says, okay, maybe he's just a troll, but just to you, B.
I cannot wait to read Ferris's comments when Carolina trades for Deshaun Watson and he's still looking at Daniel Jones. I cannot wait. Looking forward to it.
Daniel Jones. Ferris, what do you think about
I'll
Daniel
see
Jones,
you in September.
Ferris, what do you think about Daniel Jones? Do you think Daniel Jones is your QB? Like, do you think he can get better, or do you want to move on from him? I'm curious because I know we have a Giants friend who still believes in Daniel Jones. So, Attitude Pop wants to know, can the Jaguars make a Super Bowl run with Trevor?
Eventually, sure. Not next year.
Not with Urban Meyer, I don't think. But Daniel Jones equals fumble. That's what Tough Puppy says. Ferris says, get rid of him. Get rid of him. That's what I'm talking about. Man.
Even after that, 80-yard touchdown run that wasn't.
Man, look, I don't have anything against Daniel
My man
Jones.
was moving. Did you know that he ran faster than Tyreek Hill on that play?
I don't like or dislike Daniel Jones. He's just there. But I was happy for him that they scored on that drive, because if they got anything less than a touchdown.
Listen, I like Daniel Jones a lot, and I like him not because he's a great quarterback or anything like that. I like him because he is super entertaining to watch. You never know what is going to happen when they snap the ball to Daniel Jones. It could be something great, or it could be something hilarious. But something is going to happen.
His own feet. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Daniel Jones has it, man. I don't. How much better is he going to get? Maybe marginally better. I don't think he can get much better with the coach that you have now. I don't think you have a particularly good coach.
No.
But definitely, I don't think he's somebody that can get the most out of Daniel Jones. And what's the most out of Daniel Jones? I don't think it's much, to be honest. So
Listen, the league needs more quarterbacks like him. It's all entertainment.
Yeah. All right. So next year, I mean, look, that's the last game of the season, guys. So we'll be getting into some off-season talk, and there'll be a lot to talk about. So make sure you guys subscribe. We're going to be putting out some more videos and podcasts. We haven't put out a podcast in a couple of weeks. If you guys listen to the podcast, Lunch Break Hot Take, we'll be coming back soon. We're kind of restructuring how we do it a little bit, but there'll be a lot more episodes coming out shortly. So stay tuned for that. Like B said earlier, we'll be doing a video on probably Carson Wentz because he's going to get traded here shortly, probably as early as tomorrow. So there'll be some content out on that. Our Wednesday show, every Wednesday, 7 p.m., right? Lunch Break Hot Take. We cover everything. So it's not just football. We're going to be doing a lot more NBA videos too. So any of you guys that like basketball, be on the lookout for that. And also, we cover that on the live show. But this Wednesday, it'll probably be football dominated again because we'll talk about the Super Bowl a little bit more. We'll be talking about the Ravens. And, for you guys that showed up last week, we did the QB carousel. That was a lot of fun. You guys seem to enjoy that. So we're thinking about doing a wide receiver carousel. There's a lot of wide receivers on the move. So we'll probably put a little chart together for that. And if you guys want to play along, see you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. What we got here? New coaches, new QB. Oh yeah, that's fair saying about the Giants. Yes. New coaches and new QB is definitely something that they could use. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We've been going for over an hour. We appreciate you guys staying for as long as you did.
Hey, Ferris, before you go, I just want to say enjoy Derrick Rose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. How you know
Fantastic.
what, Ferris? We might have to bring you guys
move.
on, man. And my bad, I meant to send you guys the link for tonight's show. We started kind of quickly. But if you guys want to hop on Wednesday, you're more than welcome. But yeah, for you guys, like I said, tomorrow 8:30 p.m. Go to Panthers Nation Podcast. Go to Panthers Nation Podcast. Make sure you look them up. Subscribe to them. We'll be on the show tomorrow at 8:30, discussing whether David Tepper is good for the team or not.
Whether or not he's ruining the Panthers is the topic.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. And Wednesday, we'll be back here for our Lunch Break Hot Take live show. And yeah, man, whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll have a list of topics that we want to talk about. But towards the end, we'll open it up for whatever you guys want to discuss. So, make sure you guys subscribe. Tell your friends. We're growing, man. We appreciate the support that you guys are giving us. But that's it, y'all. You got anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, I mean, I think that's it.
Cool.
Another sad end to a long football season. But
it's going to be interesting offseason.
It's just it really just boils down to I hate Mike Rivers and Tom Brady, man. I hate them both so much. So much. Tom Brady has now officially ruined 7 Februarys for me. And Mike Rivers has ruined too.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We're getting out of here. We'll see y'all next time. Peace out.